You're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson, episode 129. Hey there, you're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast. My name is Angela Henderson, and on this show, we talk about improving your business, life, or both by having amazing and rich conversations with brilliant guests who will inspire you and who will give you tips and tricks to help you grow both in life and in business. Well, hey there, and welcome back to another awesome episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Ange, from Angela Henderson Consulting, where I'm an international award-winning business consultant and coach who has helped thousands of amazing women business owners to get all the pieces in place to have consistent 5-figure months and then on 6- and 7-figure years without burning out in the process. I shared a post on my personal Facebook page and inside my Facebook community, the Women in Business Collaborative with Angela Henderson, a few weeks ago. And I had so many women reach out that my inbox and DMs were blowing up. They were reaching out to thank me for this post that I created. And I thought if it's touched that many people's lives, I wanted to share it on the podcast too, because maybe it might just help you also. Here is the post. This post isn't a post that comes naturally to me. Maybe it's because of the stories I've told myself. Maybe it's the fear of being judged. Spoiler alert, we've been getting judged from the moment we arrived on Earth, if not earlier. But here's the thing. It's a post worth sharing because I hope to help other women to also upgrade their life. A few years ago, I came across the most amazing human and now someone I'm able to call my friend, Denise Duffield Thomas, at a conference I attended. I went home from that conference and read her book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch. Run to the website to purchase, everyone. I promise you're going to want this book. I love the book, but the thing I took away the most was I needed to create my upgrade plan. She talked about the importance of creating a first-class list, a list where you'd add what you like in your life if money wasn't an issue, if you had the choice. So Denise then suggested creating my economy class list, a list which is the complete opposite to first class. Anything that annoys you, embarrasses you, makes you feel poor are connected to economy class. This simple exercise really got me thinking about how I was living life, what relationship I had with money, and what also got me excited on how I could upgrade my life. I started making small upgrades in my life. I bought a new office chair. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but it was to me. I bought a new office desk. I even bought myself a brand new hoodie. And you all know how much I love hoodies. Even starting small had massive shifts for me. Why? Because each time I upgraded my life, it helped to change my story around money, but at the same time was sending out a clear message to the world that it's safe to have these things. It's okay to have these things. I am worth having these things. And over the years, I started to incrementally increase my upgrades from my first class list. 18 months ago, I had a full body lift. We now stay at 5-star resorts when I travel. In fact, I've just got back from the most magical week at the 5-star Sheraton in Port Douglas. This year, I bought a purse. That's right, a purse that was green. This is magnificent green that cost me $180 versus the $10 Kmart ones I've been buying for many, many years. This year, I also paid $4,500 cash to get the British Bulldog puppy I thought would only ever stay on my vision board. And I finally was able to buy my first commissioned piece of art this year and paid cash for it too. You see, what Denise taught me was that your new way of being becomes your minimal standard, and the reality is you'll always find money for things you value. As I mentioned, so many people reached out thanking me for sharing this and the changes that they want to make for themselves. And because of this, I'd also like to go just one step further. I'd like to read just a few short pages, literally very short pages from Denise's book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch, to give you some further insight on how powerful this book is, especially around upgrading your life. She says, create your upgrade plan. She said, it says, this kind of thinking is harder than it sounds. This is not about having a gold-plated car, unless that's your goal, in which case Denise says, I might judge you. She goes on to say, this is not about owning your own private jet if you don't want to have one. This isn't about the most conspicuous consumption that you can imagine. I'm just asking you to add what you'd like in your life if money wasn't an issue. If you had the choice, she asks, what would you choose? Sometimes the upgrade is actually a downgrade. It's about making your life simpler, more pleasurable, and less stressful. It's also much more real. She goes on to say, you might not see yourself as someone who wants a private jet, but what class would you like to fly? Premium, economy to start with? There's no wrong or right way to answer. Your idea of first class might evolve over time. It might get more extravagant. It might actually get simpler. She says, when you have a juicy list of first class items, make a list of everything in life that's complete opposite of this list. Anything that annoys you, embarrasses you, makes you feel poor is more like economy class. Then simply pick one thing at a time and upgrade it to the next level, just a teeny tiny bit so you don't freak out. She says, say your idea of first class underwear is La Perla. I personally never heard of that, but let's just go with it. But in reality, you're wearing 5-year-old granny pants from Target. You will probably freak out if I told you to get your dingy covered ass to La Perla and splash out on a couple $100 on a single frilly lingerie. It would feel too scary or frivolous. It could cause you to spiral into more personal brand of sabotage, and you'll probably regret spending the money. Plus, it's only one pair of undies, so you'd still have to wear your skanky panties for the days your special new pants are getting washed. It won't make that much of a noticeable difference in your life. Instead of making a massive leap that you don't feel ready for, go for a tiny upgrade. Choose the next best upgrade from Target. Maybe your upgrade to pretty sets from a mid-price store and work your way up to the fanciest underwear. But wearing even slightly nicer panties will make you feel richer. I did this with my Lululemon workout clothes. I threw out some of the skanky tights and wore out sports bras and just bought a couple of pieces. Every time I could afford to buy more, I threw out the old ones. Working out just felt more abundant in Lululemon. I felt like a rich person. Soon, it was an easy decision to not only buy quality workout wear because I deserved it. Now I wear Lululemon every day. It's my unofficial work uniform. She goes on in this book. It is absolutely a game changer book. It's not just about mindset and upgrading, but it's about the money blocks that we have within our life that are so ingrained from us from so early on. That book is rich. It is juicy. It is meaningful. And I would encourage you guys, each and every one of you, to genuinely go and buy this book. It's changed me. It's changed me inside out. It's equally helped to change my family. I cannot emphasize the book, Get Rich, Lucky Bitch, anymore. Again, not because I'm friends with Denise, but because I implemented this long before we became the friends that we are today. Upgrade. Where are you going to start upgrading in your life? Where are you going to create that first-class life that you want? And what's on your first-class list? I dare you, I encourage you to put pen to paper and start writing it out, because once you do, it feels good. It feels achievable. It feels awesome. And I'm here to tell you that economy life that I was living got me to where I am today, but I'm loving the upgrade. I'm loving the first-class life. And before we sign off, I would encourage each and every one of you to run, literally not run, to grab Denise's book. And remember that my team and I will also be putting together the show notes for this episode at angelahenderson.com.au. Have a fabulous day, everyone, no matter where you are in the world. And don't forget that applications for my 12-month Action Takers Mastermind are now open. Be sure to head to angelahenderson.com.au, click on Mastermind to apply today. And for the rest of you, I look forward to you joining me again next week for another amazing episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. Have an awesome day, no matter where you are in the world. This is Ange. Over and out. Thanks for listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson. www.angelahenderson.com.au